Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of Caydgaming. Today I am very excited to share For the King. If you haven't heard of this before, it's a game that came out a couple of years ago. It is essentially a tabletop RPG in video game form. It is online co-op. It is a little challenging, but there are modifiers so you can make it a little bit easier. And I love it personally as a great group game. I'm going to show you a solo adventure today, but it does work so well. You can have up to 2 other friends with you, a total of 3 people in a game. I love it. It saves your status where you're at. And one story, you can see they have all these different stories. Depending on what you play, one story can take 10 hours. It has beautiful music, funny, random occurrences and everything too. Today though, I'm going to show you the original game. I'm going to keep it on Apprentice. I'm not going to change anything to make it easier or harder. I'm going to keep it Apprentice is the easy mode. Go ahead and grab a coffee and let's dive right in. I'm going to show you a little taste, character customization. You can even change your character's name. So I can be like Cade, Katie, and let's say Cadence as well. And then from there, you can change classes. You get most of the classes when you start the game, but you can also unlock other classes as you play. And as you can see, there is a large variety of classes. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna create some characters, and I'll show you my final creation here in a minute. All right, so after all the customization, and to clarify, let me preface this by saying I've played this game over 200 hours now. I clearly love it. So I've kind of unlocked all of the cosmetics. You can play as male, female, skeleton, monkey, mer person, you name it. Like, there are so many different races you could play as, and they are just cosmetic, by the way. So you can see the range of hats and outfits and backpacks. And my classes I've chosen are Woodcutter, which is a strength-based class, a Hunter, which is think kind of like the agility-based class. I think they call it awareness though, and then the Herbalist, which is more of an intelligence-based class. So I have all my customizations ready. I'm gonna click start. The premise of the story: good King Bronner has been slain. The once peaceful kingdom of Farul is being corrupted by wild chaos energy and ravaged by monsters and bandits. The grieving Queen Rosamond has called for Farul's ordinary citizens to search the land for the king's murderer and the source of the chaos energy. The tale now begins in the Guardian Forest, where there have been rumors of suspicious activity and sinister strangers in the woods. 3 would-be heroes meet in Orton to begin their quest. First, the wizard Vexor vanishes. Then my own husband was slain in his palace. You may be the last hope of Farul. Seek out Hildebrand in Woodsmoke. You'll be told how best to aid our efforts. Your quest has begun. Strive against this chaos, lest our realm be consumed by it. Go to Woodsmoke. And this world, by the way, to give you guys an idea, is randomly generated. Every time you play, you have different areas. You always start kind of in this beginner area. There are different difficulty areas. But it's always randomly generated hexagons as well. At the start of your turn, movement points determine how far you can travel. So this character, using his speed stat, this being the highlighted character that's going first, has a speed of 63. The highest you can have, I think, is 99 or 100. So basically, each of these has a 63% chance of filling in. What it means is he can move up to 5 spaces away because he rolled a 5. This is a night market, only open at night. There is a golden hero, which gives a permanent buff, stuff like that. So all these random events can happen. And then in addition to that as well, you can move around the map using WSAD. I'm gonna go ahead and get started and walk over here. And what I like to do is I try to keep the party kind of together, you know, just in case. And then to end your turn, you can either press, I think, the space bar or just click this pass button up in the top right. And if you end your turn with a little extra movement, you do gain that amount of HP as like regenerative health, basically, which is great. So each player gets their own turn each day. You can tell that a tile has been viewed because it no longer is highlighted in gold like you see all these far out ones are. I can't walk through trees, boulders and stuff like that, but some things you can walk over. And then the whole point of the game is to play through the story. Right now, we all start out at level 0. To show you one of these characters, I'll pick on Cayd down here in the bottom left to give you kind of a quick lay of the land. So his health points are 37. You can see his items he can use on this action bar. This is his inventory and his stat page and his money. The focus, which is what you use to guarantee actions, right? As opposed to rolling with your stat, you can use a focus to give a 100% chance on something. You also have your armor and your resistance to magic. You have your evasion chance, and then finally your attack damage. And you can see one thing I'll point out with him versus Cadence over here on the right. The white indicates its physical attack. This purple means magical attacks as well. So this time I rolled pretty poorly. I can only move 2 spaces. For this character, I can move a little farther. You can see an enemy spawned right here. If I highlight over it, it shows you the squares where it'll pull in allies and enemies. So both my allies are on the red here, and then I do have an extra enemy right here, this hag that pulls up in the fight. So when I fight this level 0 Timberwolf, just to show you a little bit of combat, it will pull in other players as well as this enemy, and it shows you on the screen on the left, my 3 heroes are here, and the wolf and the hag are right there. And you have options, right? I can ambush so that I make sure that I go first. And as you can see, it gives you the outcome, which is nice. 57% chance for success. You can sneak if you're trying to walk past them, or you can run backwards if you'd rather not walk into them. But I'm gonna just regular old fight. In combat, the turn order is up here at the top. You can see my archer gets to go first, and I have flee, I have attack, and I have ignore armor, which you have to roll perfect to ignore the armor. I know the wolf is gonna go first. I can't kill it though on this turn, so I'm gonna actually go straight for the hag here. All right, and while I rolled really poorly, the damage is based on essentially how many you do get correct. So the max damage on this, as you can see, is 6. If I hit all 3, I hit 6. If I hit 2, I do 4 damage, and if I hit 1, I hit 2. And there's also a chance that you can miss. This is my herbalist. My herbalist has a speed buff that I can use on myself or an ally, but I'm actually just gonna focus on attacking this hag here. Perfect. The way that they scream when you hit them, oh my goodness. And then of course the lumberjack has some mighty strong attacks. It uses more rolls. I'm gonna focus again on her just to see if I can finish her off before she gets to take a turn. That way she doesn't get to hurt us. And then rinse and repeat. Characters can crit. In order to crit, you do have to roll the highest possible. Focus drain. So, as you can see, these characters lost a focus because of it, which is okay. Your focus doesn't automatically regenerate though, unless you use an item. For money in this game, I'm gonna share it amongst all my characters. You can collect it on one character if you have one character you want to be like a bank character or something, but let's see. I'm gonna go to this unknown thing here. It is intelligence-based, and this character has 51 intelligence. I don't like these odds, and I can't use focus as well to ensure, so I'm gonna leave to make sure nothing bad happens there, and I'm gonna end my turn. Now, this character is intelligence-based. He has an 81 intelligence, so I'm actually gonna go to that thing. 53% chance, or I lose all my focus. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. Okay. That's unfortunate. And that was all my movement, so I'm gonna end my turn. This game, one of the reasons why it is fun is it is not fully skill-based. You have chances to have things kind of go wrong sometimes, and it's not always tremendously unfair or unforgiving. I do have it on the easiest difficulty, but I appreciate it because some of these random events can be really, really funny. I'm gonna go ahead and move this character all the way over here, actually. No one needs to heal, so there's no reason for me to, like, save movement, for example. Here we go. And the herbalist has a passive of find herbs. So occasionally you'll find a random herb, and he just found the scholar's wart, which gives experience. It's one of the reasons why I always take the herbalist. The herbalist can find herbs which you otherwise have to buy or randomly encounter. So to me, it's much more worth it to, you know, actually have a character that generates that for you. Here we go. Let's do a quick attack. I'm gonna try and fight as much as I can. On easy mode, the game allows you to kind of move at a slower pace, which I appreciate. And I like to fight because you get experience. And this game, like, I would say on easy mode, you're able to use this herb to be relieved of all curses. I'm gonna take it on the warrior here. It allows you to kind of move at your own pace within reason on easy mode. So I can grind up for a little bit and not be in severe danger, but something important to teach you. At the very top, you have this bar. Every single one of these is a day. And this right here, the skull that moves across, is a chaos. So once the chaos reaches the left, you get a chaos level, and it essentially increases the damage that enemies do. If you max out on chaos, the game is over. Chaos has won, chaos has taken over. As these progress, you can see they do happen at intervals. You can remove chaos by doing quests in town, some of the main story quests. There are also side quests in this game. It is really well thought out. Ooh, okay. I mean, why not? Let's just risk it. Oh, yes! Oh, we got items. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna collect it. Talent, that is a stat. That is this one. None of our characters are using talent, but I will equip it anyways. A helmet, I'm gonna equip that. And the Thief's Flight, crushing this glowing orb will disarm any traps in the immediate vicinity. That's gonna help us a lot. Here we go. Always good to see new faces join the quest. I am Hildebrand, the Queen's agent overseeing things in the Guardian Forest. Things are bad here, really bad. All signs point to some evil folk who have locked themselves away in the glittering mines. I'll work on getting you down there. In the meantime, a strange contraption has been spotted. Go investigate it. And some angry folks in fancy robes have made themselves right at home. Best prepare for a good fight. Complete these objectives in any order. So now, from here in the top right, you can see your quests that you have going on. While I'm in town, there are services. For example, you can sleep to end your turn and heal yourself and heal a little bit of focus. Or you can meditate or see a healer to fully heal without ending your turn, and a blessing removes any curses you might have. There is a market, so you can take a look at all the things you have for sale. In this instance, how much money? This character is 24. Let's look at the quest board. I can reduce the chaos with a side quest, kill the chaos acolyte in the Guardian Forest. I can go for an item, a fire silk, not bad, or I can go for gold, so 30 gold to fight something. I think in this instance, I'm gonna take the reduced chaos. I always like to get ahead of that. And it's a fight, so it's extra experience. And then outside of that, I don't think I'm gonna rest. I think I'm good on that for now. You can see my side quests up here at the top left as well. And I'm gonna wait here. I'll have Cadence come to this, break the device. I don't have any chance to use focus, but I have a combined 83% chance of success, so let's give it a shot. Perfect. -1 chaos, +1 life. We do have plenty of lives. If a character ever does die, it is not permadeath. You just lose a life, and then you need another character to go revive them, go pick them up. -1 Scourge is an event that'll occasionally happen where like a boss, like a side boss, will pop up, and you want -1 Scourge so it doesn't happen. I'm gonna do the -chaos. I'm a big fan of keeping that chaos off the board, so I'm gonna do that. Great work. They'll think twice about leaving their junk in my forest. And then I'm just gonna wait here and end my turn, so that way this character can do the Beastman Warrior Camp. And a Warrior Camp, to clarify, any camps will pull in usually 3 enemies here. So this middle one has armor. So for him, for example, I would benefit from doing ignore armor as long as I get a perfect roll. There's only a 39% chance for perfect. Otherwise, I can focus on other people. This one, the Warlock, has magic resist, so it's kind of a hard call. I think I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna try piercing the armor, see how we go. Okay, we failed. All right. I'm gonna, this is a hard one. This guy does not have magic resist, so I'm gonna use magical damage to hit him. Perfect. Ooh. As your character gains armor, of course, they'll take less damage from attacks, and also, you know, resistance for magic and stuff like that. But one of the benefits to doing this, that I appreciate, you do have evasion, so you can fully dodge stuff. Ooh, that was a nice hit. Let's see if we can finish this person over here. Now, enemies, same thing though. They'll get more and more armor over time. And also, they can dodge your attacks. So sometimes, you know, you can get into a hairy situation because of that. And this guy, of course, as you can see, is rolling really well. So we're actually taking a decent bit of damage here. There we go. So far, so good. And as you can see right now in combat, I don't have a lot of options because we're low level. As you level up, and also as you get rarer weapons or gear, you'll actually be able to do more things in combat. It'll get a little more complicated. Intelligence boots, excuse me. I definitely want to give these to the intelligence character over here. When I highlight over equip, you can see the difference. So I am going to gain 1 max intelligence, and that'll help with those rolls so that you're a little more accurate with your attacks as well. I can do a little exploring though. This character, ooh, what's this? A hollow log. You spot a hollowed out log big enough to crawl through. Everyone's luck is 55. Let's investigate it. What can go wrong? What? It's a fight. Cornelius. Oh my goodness. Let's risk it. Honestly, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay. Cornelius hits harder than we do. Okay, we're in trouble. I do have a healing herb here. It'll heal me for 15. I might just run away, though. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's time to run away. Level 0. I'm going to use a focus to make sure that we run away. Level 0, and we're getting spanked already, unfortunately. But that's the random encounter. So I probably don't want to go into combat with this character now, just so we don't risk it, you know? I'm going to end my turn. And that character's going to benefit from going to, like, a town, for example, to heal. I'm going to test this cliff, see what we can do. Ooh, we got an item. Ooh, first try. Rusty Blade. Is it an upgrade? It does a little more damage. It's also breakable. So if you look at the icon on the top left, that means that if you do a crit fail, the item will get destroyed. And it only has 1 ability called Stab. It can't do more. It's only that ability right there. It can't do more. So I'm just going to collect it. I'm not actually going to use that. I don't feel like it's really a good upgrade. Characters do also have these tinder pouches, which helps a lot. So I actually think what I'll do is I'll set up a tinder pouch here, It's a camp that lasts for 9 turns, and then you can rest, you can meditate, all that type of stuff. And I think that's really just a smart way. Ooh, a wishing well. I love wishing wells. I'm gonna throw some more coins so I have higher success. 5 coins. I'm gonna do it again and drink. And we're still poisoned. This game is so disrespectful to me. All right, I'm gonna meditate to get all my focus back. And this character, of course, can't make it, so he's going to rest. Okay, now that we're all healed up, I'm going to attempt to fight this boss. From the story, the Chaos Leader. There's more of you. You should really consider joining us instead. I don't know why I did that voice. But anyways, I'm gonna try ignoring their armor, and I'm gonna use a focus by right-clicking to do it. There, that way it pierces the armor, does full damage. Ooh, he's on fire. He's going to take burn damage. And then poison, unfortunately poison does 2 things in this game. You both take damage, and it also reduces all of your stats. And it actually can also, it can stack. So I think one of the big things is with poison, you know, you can get 2 or I think even 3 stacks of poison, and it just tanks your ability to hit stuff as well. And you're taking damage every so often, periodically in combat. I'm gonna do an attack here. Should hopefully be okay. It's a big ol' hit. I am going to do a party. Well, do we need it? It heals for 50. No, we have a healing thing outside. I'm just gonna attack. Let's just finish off the bad guy. The dodge. They just gotta let him get one more hit in real quick. I do love, by the way, the ragdoll physics for these characters. It is a lot of fun. A loot! None of our characters use talent. None of them are like bards or anything. So I'm just gonna collect it on this character and sell it at a store. Thanks for dealing with those pointy-headed weirdos, but I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of them. The chaos has diminished. We have a chance! -1 chaos. So all these chaos quests are reducing it. And someone got to level up. Cadence got to level up. Maybe there is something special about you. I've managed to open the glittering mines. Head down there when you are good and ready. Oh, and if you can spare some time, I forgot something during my last business trip. Please collect it and bring it back to me. So there is a random thing in this specific green area, not in the next area, where we'll be able to find that. And then this, I'm not going to show you today because it's kind of a long thing, but the glittering mines are your first dungeon in this game. They are level 2, as you can see, so I'd recommend getting some combat in, leveling up a little bit. But the reason why I bring it up is because when you go do it, you want to have items ready. It is combat after combat after combat, and also random occurrences. And some of these mines are like 4 fights long, others are like 8. So you want to make sure that you don't walk into it and immediately die when doing it. But this is for the king. I think I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to leave a little bit of mystery to this game. I personally do really, really love it. I highly recommend that you play this game if you're even considering it. Poisoned again. I really enjoy it with my friends. There's a reason I have over 200 hours in this game. There's so much to do. There's a bunch of really, really great content as well. And I appreciate it as well because after you beat it, for example, you can go to a harder difficulty. You can go to another story, another game mode. There is so much replayability. And I showed you there's probably 12 different classes to choose from too. So there's a lot of options when you're talking about, hey, you know, what do we want to do in this game? But go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you think of the game. I know it's not the most exciting video to watch because it is a tabletop, but I love it. Don't forget to like the video, of course, if you like seeing this. And as always, please don't forget to click that subscribe button. There are more videos twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. My name is Cade. I hope you enjoyed your coffee, and happy gaming.